We are at the Classic at Damien. What a wonderful tournament it is. And tonight on our Pacific Surfliner KDOC Game of the Week, we have a double header for you. A little bit later tonight, Rancho Christian has to come into this arena and play the host school Damien. But our first quarterfinal assignment has Sierra Canyon, one of the most potent teams in America, against a very good city opponent, the Birmingham Patriots. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is the Professor, Paul Westfall. Everybody's talking about the Trailblazers. Sierra Canyon's 12-0, and they are fun to watch.
Yeah, they are a national treasure this year. It's a circus-like atmosphere every place they go to play. It'll be a packed house again tonight. But I think the carnival-like atmosphere of the Trailblazers this year kind of belies the fact that this is a really talented team. They have Division I players all over the court and even some on the bench. It's a high-flying bunch that likes to play fast. You'll see a lot of highlight dunks tonight. Sierra Canyon is by far the favorite for their third straight state title.
Birmingham's certainly a factor in the LA City section. This is a team with a terrific starting five.
Yeah, no question about that. They've got college-level players on their side as well. They're just not as deep as Sierra Canyon. But this is a team that has not played anybody nearly as good as Sierra Canyon, so it should be fun to watch their D1 athletes playing against guys of equal size and skill. But this is just another step in the pursuit of an LA City title, and Birmingham will certainly be a factor.
How good is Sierra Canyon? B.J. Boston may be a lottery pick down the road. He's going to Kentucky. He doesn't even start.
Oh, true enough, and we'll see plenty of B.J. Boston on his way to Kentucky. He is an elite scorer and an elite athlete, type of guy who can take over a quarter. But some of the things that a lot of people don't know about him is he's an exceptional long-arm defender and an exquisite passer, and you'll see all of those skills on display tonight.
Birmingham has a point guard you're really going to like in David Elliott. He can also shoot the pill.
Yeah, he's the quintessential point guard. He can do everything you want him to do in today's game. He can score the ball, but he has a terrific handle that gets him anywhere he wants to be on the floor, and he is a terrific passer, and he'll need to be tonight in order to make sure that Birmingham values every possession and maximizes their chance for victory.
It's Sierra Canyon and Birmingham, the starting lineups, and the tip-off next on KDOC.
My side be firm.
And mine's super soft.
Yes, with the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. On sale now. You can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
So can it help us fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable.
So you can really promise better sleep.
Not promise, prove. And now, during our New Year's special, the Queen Sleep Number 360 C4 smart bed is only $12.99. Save $400. Plus 0% interest for 24 months on all beds. Ends New Year's Day.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zustier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now get your flavor delivered to your door at wingstop.com.
Ron, have you seen all those commercials by insurance companies trying to make the public feel good about them?
Yeah, they want to make you feel like you can trust them and make you think they will pay your claim with no hassle.
But wait until you have a claim against them.
That's where we come in. We've been fighting insurance companies for over 40 years.
And we have a 95% success rate.
That's why we're the #1 injury law firm in Southern California.
We'll fight for you.
Hablamos español.
I'm standing on the mountain, about to fall. I'm running on the rooftops, 50 foot tall. I'm breaking through the ceiling.
Celebrate Infinity's 30th year with 2020 Edition 30 SUVs. Lease the 2019 QX50 for $379 a month, plus get a $1,500 winter bonus at your Southern California Infinity retailer.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there is half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late. Order online at wingstop.com. Sierra Canyon, the Trailblazers are 12-0. The Patriots from Birmingham are 9-1. And our starting lineups are brought to you by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com.
For the back-to-back state champion Sierra Canyon Trailblazers, it'll be Amari Bailey, Harold Yu, Shai Odom, Taryn Frank, and Lathan Wigington for head coach Andre Chevalier. And for LA City Powerhouse Birmingham, it'll be Jaquan Parchment, James Nobles, David Elliott, Elisha Cofield, and Corey Cofield round out the starting lineup for Coach Nick Halley.
Professor, I know you have the keys to victory for these squads.
For Sierra Canyon, take opponents seriously. They have played such a national schedule that they know they're the favorite in every game they play. But they need to take this Birmingham team seriously. The Patriots have some athletes, and if Sierra Canyon doesn't take them seriously, they're going to be playing from behind. And not every play is a highlight. I know they get caught up in the open court and the high lobs for the dunks, et cetera, but sometimes that leads to turnovers. They need to make, just make the basic play will win you a lot of games. And for Birmingham, no silly fouls. They basically only go about 6 deep, so all of their better players need to stay on the floor. So no silly fouls. If you're going to get a foul, make it worthwhile, but they have to stay out of foul trouble in order to stay with Sierra Canyon tonight and focus on every possession. In that first round game against Long Beach Poly, they played nearly a perfect first half and led by as many as 19. And then in the third quarter, it was like 5 different guys out there because they sort of lost their focus and concentration. So focus on every possession. Every time you have the ball, it matters against a team like Sierra Canyon.
We just mentioned B.J. Boston. He probably wasn't going to start. He hasn't started very often this year, even though he's a great player for the Sierra Canyon team. Well, Andre Chevalier hurt us, and now he's put him in the starting lineup.
See, Randy, the effect you have on games goes way past what you think. Obviously, Andre watches the opening and decided, that Rosenblum guy is right. I'm going to start B.J. Boston. You
can see that Yu in the center circle at 7'3". Harold Yu has a decided height advantage on Cofield. Elijah's given up a lot of height, concedes the tap. Sierra Canyon has the ball, and we're underway, and there's Boston for 3. And the Patriots back the other way. Cofield inside, couldn't score it, and it's taken down by Taryn Frank. And a run out for Boston. The reverse is brilliant. B.J. Boston.
Oh, pretty move with the spin. Did not lose his balance. An outstanding finish at the rim for one of the nation's best scorers.
They're already buzzing in the arena here at Damien. Odom outside Frank for 3. Cofield's outlet pass is to Parchment. All the way, can't score it against the tall trees of the Blazers.
Both teams, this is what they do. They like the open court.
Omari Bailey, brilliant sophomore, a high riser, drops it in. 5-0 in the first minute for Sierra Canyon.
But Birmingham has had 2 good opportunities in the transition offense, and the ball just didn't go in, but they're going to play the way they play, which is if you give us a chance to run, we're running.
Cofield is rejected by you. Corey Cofield had it, swatted it out of there. They drop it off on an easy one, the layup for Taryn Frank. 7-0. What a start for the Trailblazers.
Well, Sierra Canyon has so many guys that can finish that when they get 3-on-2, 2-on-1, nicely done inside though.
Elijah Cofield, the 18-year-old senior, had 19 points in their opening round win against Long Beach Poly.
Oh, that's an offensive foul that got undetected. You cleared out, and I mean cleared out with the elbow, but the official on the baseline didn't see it.
Of course, the Blazers have tremendous depth, great players that come off the bench. Pass intended for you on the inbound is taken by Parchment of the Birmingham Patriots, one of the true powers in the LA City section. That shot not close by Corey Cofield. They got it back, however.
But you saw the presence of you there, Randy. Instead of a putback for Elliott, he thought better of it and brought it back out.
David Elliott, number 4, the point guard. Tremendous scorer a year ago, averaged 15 a game. They moved him to the point to run the show. Bailey all the way, missed the finger roll. Boston puts it back up. He can't find it. Bailey gives him a third try, and he's fouled going to the iron. Well, the rebounding advantage, the athletic advantage is obvious for Sierra Canyon.
And because they space the floor so well, oftentimes guys are going to get a free run at an offensive rebound. And Bailey, one of the superb athletes in the country, just a sophomore. He played on that gold medal team, the under-16 team that went to Brazil and won a gold medal. He might be the best all-around player. I mean, I don't know when you got so many great players, but he's special.
The likes of Bronny James and Zaire Wade will be coming off the bench for Sierra Canyon. 9-2 for the Trailblazers, and they shoot their fouls well. From the corner, this is where Birmingham has to live. The deep threes. Jaquan Parchman was knocked down, and he's going to shoot three.
Trailblazer foul, call number 13, Shia.
Fortunately for Birmingham, they have a number of guys that can take their defender off the bounce, which should create the defense having to slide over and help, which should result in drive and kick to a guy that's got his feet set. And one of the better standstill shooters on this team is at the line. Parchman he likes the corner three. He can shoot from the wing. He's got a nice soft touch, so he should get a number of opportunities tonight off dribble penetration and a kick to a standstill shooter.
He's a transfer from Heritage Christian, 16-year-old junior. Shai Odom picked up his first personal foul for the Trailblazers. 5:25 left opening quarter.
Well, and Birmingham has kind of weathered the first, punch in the nose. Sierra Canyon gets off and running and gets some easy highlight film kind of stuff, and you just got to weather that. They're going to make some stuff that's make the crowd go ooh and ah.
Boston on the baseline, went up, tried to dunk it, lost control. It's out of bounds to Birmingham.
And that's because Elisha Cofield went up and challenged that, and I like that. You're not going to elevate and dunk on me. I'm going to get up there and see if I can bother that a little bit, which he did.
Elijah Cofield and Corey Cofield starting for Birmingham Arm Brothers. Elijah's a year older. Ellett being pursued by Bailey.
Got a little too much dribbling there.
Cofield all the way. Couldn't finish. Tipped away out of bounds last touched by Parchman of Birmingham. Birmingham won the 2017 LA City section title. Knocked off Westchester 3 years ago in the finals. Yu inside scores. Harold Yu, 11-4.
Everyone has talked to me about how improved Harold Yu is, and last year it seemed like the game might have been too fast for him. And now this year, better hands. That was nicely done. Didn't put it on the floor. Caught it, turned, shot it.
Well, those long shots, Cofield misses the outlet pass. Odom all the way, and he's fouled before he can put it up. The perimeter game so far for Birmingham has not connected.
I think they're rushing just a touch. I mean, they know who they're playing. But these are shots that they can and will make in time. Despite the fact that they've started really slowly, they're still only down 7.
11-4, Sierra Canyon has a 7-point lead early on our game of the week on KDOC.
Get so freaked out during the holidays. It's stressful being a cookie, so I wrote to Honda for help.
Hi, we got you an emotional support cookie. Today, we helped relieve some stress, and during Happy Honda Days, we can help you too, with a great deal on a reliable, award-winning Honda. Right now, you can lease a 2019 CR-V LX for just $249 a month plus tax, and Honda was named 2019 Best SUV brand by U.S. News & World Report.
Well, hello, Cookie.
Deep breath. It's gonna be okay.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Experience an unforgettable train ride. Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com.
Tomorrow night on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, the best high school basketball tournament continues with 2 semifinal matchups back-to-back. The Classic at Damien, live at 7:30 p.m., only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Travel by train to Southern California's top destinations. Book today at PacificSurfliner.com. Terrific start for powerful Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, they're doing what they like to do, and that is force long shots that result in long rebounds, and then they get off and running, and they've had a number of man advantages on the offensive end in transition, and you know they're going to finish most of those. But as poorly as Birmingham has shot the basketball in the first 3.5 minutes, they're only down 7. They just need to have the ball go through the basket a couple times to feel better about themselves.
See Nick Halleck on the sideline of the 7th year for the Patriots. Very vocal on the sideline, emotional leader, and really gets Birmingham revved up. See if they're going to be strong enough to handle this Sierra Canyon team. Not inside, not this time. Taryn Frank with the easy layup. The senior has built a 13-4 lead for Sierra Canyon.
Nice play out of the timeout from Coach Chevalier. The really good entry pass. Frank with excellent position established, and here's another run out.
Bailey with the jam. Boston with the assist, and it's 15-4, and it's an 11-point lead early for Sierra Canyon. Everything is contested. Noble's shot. One's missed, but it's gathered right back in. There's a rejection by Nobles on the Frank shot. Here's Boston from deep. And a takeaway by Elijah Cofield. Elliott got a terrific look, but it's just not falling in this first quarter for the Patriots.
3-on-1, and the guy on the left wing was calling for the high lob and ends up a pull-up 3. I'm not sure Coach Halleck likes that shot a whole lot.
Taryn Frank foul, gives the ball back to Birmingham.
There you go. That's where you can use size to a disadvantage. It's going to be tough for him to cover out of the painted area. And that time, a quick move forced Harold to reach, and that will bring about a substitution.
Ronnie James in for you, so Sierra Canyon a little bit smaller, but very athletic. And the crowd is always excited when Bronny's on the floor. Had 4 points in their opening round victory over Rebay Academy. Had a slam dunk, which excited the crowd as well. Elliott working against Bailey, falls down and lost the ball.
Tripped.
Boston nearly lost it. Great look into the corner for James. Ronnie James comes in and knocks down his first James.
Nice pass from Bailey to find the open James, who didn't hesitate.
A cold Birmingham team. Corey Cofield, able to rip it away, and Parchment will back it up. One thing that I think is overlooked about the Sierra Canyon team, Professor, is how good they play defensively. They're all over the floor. They're so long, so athletic.
Yeah, that's a reflection of Coach Chevalier, who, of course, was a star at Cal State Northridge. He understands that, offense some nights will come and go, but defense you can bring with you every night. And they play such good teams out of the area that you better defend.
And there's a perfect example. Boston. The theft and the jam. B.J. Boston, and it's 19-4. It is a show with Sierra Canyon.
Boston, a very underrated defender. Everyone knows his offensive exploits, but those long arms, sneaky fast defensively, creates an easy one for himself. 5-star
recruit is Boston on his way to Kentucky. That one falls for David Elliott. Again, he's a very capable scorer, 15 a year ago. Look in the paint. Odom with a great look and a jam again. Taryn Frank, it's been a jam fest for the Trailblazers.
Really nice cut off the ball by Frank and good recognition by Odom to find him with the precision bounce pass. And Sierra Canyon's length, they have a size advantage in almost every position, has really told the tale here so far.
Cofield fails. Here comes Boston again. End to end. Boy, he seems to be where the ball is all the time. He just has that knack to be around the basketball.
Yeah, he can dominate the game from his position. And there you saw, if you don't stop the basketball at that top of the key, about one more stride is all BJ Boston needs to get into an advantageous offensive position and draws the foul.
Dwayne Wade's son, Zaire Wade, on the floor. Where's number 2? Was outstanding in their game against Rebay. Here's Boston from downtown.
And his range, I was watching him in warm-ups shoot from 6 feet behind the arc.
Cofield went up. Corey Cofield draws the foul. That was an exquisite drive to the basket by Cofield.
Without you in the game, I would think Birmingham and their athletes would go to the basket with a little more, purpose than they did when the 7-3 guy is in there. They didn't even want some of those shots in the paint. But now I would expect to see Birmingham, if you can take your guy off the dribble, you can get all the way to the front of the rim because they don't have nearly as dominant a shot blocker in the game when you isn't playing.
Nick Halleck, the coach at Birmingham, has said that Corey Cofield's the most athletic player he's ever coached.
A real good chance to be the LA City Player of the Year, in my estimation, and Birmingham will be a contender for the city title, as they are most years.
The lob intended for Frank. Boston able to get it back, get it inside, and there's the rejection. And there is the work of Elijah Cofield, and the fans appreciated that.
That's it. They want a game, and they want to see Birmingham put up a fight, and that looks like that might have energized the whole Patriot team.
There's an offensive foul on Elijah Cofield. Wigington doing a nice job defensively. There's a big crowd here at the pit at Damien High School. Quarterfinal action, the classic at Damien, and that's some great action inside.
At the apex, a high point block by Cofield. Then at the other end, a tough call. I don't like it when little guys just get in there where they know they're at a disadvantage and they just fall down. I don't like to see them get rewarded for that.
Football score. Both these teams and schools won football championships. What a great year. CIF Division II champions Sierra Canyon in football. Birmingham and the city won the Open Division title. Ronnie James is working hard defensively.
That's what I noticed about him in the times I've seen him play is he's a really smart player, but he enjoys the defensive end, and you can see he gets down very fundamentally sound. He gets down in his stance, and you're going to have a tough time getting past him.
Did pick up his first personal. Checking back in.
I don't think Coach Chevalier liked the fact that Birmingham decided to go straight to the front of the rim when you sat. Immediately, they attacked the rim.
Final 6 seconds, now 5 seconds of the quarter. Cofield traveled.
Yeah. Too much dribbling for the Patriots this quarter. When I saw them play against Poly in round 1, they passed the ball so well in the first half. And then the second half, he might make that. And then in the second half, they started dribbling too much, and they did in this first quarter.
Boston with the jam. It was all Sierra Canyon. They lead by 14 on the KDOC Game of the Week, presented by Pacific Surfliner.
The holiday gift-giving season has come and gone. And if that gift was a brand new Hyundai, it probably went something like this. If it wasn't, that's okay. Because you can still get a great deal on your new Hyundai during the final days of Hyundai Holidays.
Lease a 2020 Santa Fe for $189 a month or get 0% APR for 72 months plus $500 event cash. Only at your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
When it comes to health coverage, it helps to have someone in your corner. That's why there's Covered California. We're the only place where you can get financial help to pay for your health insurance. New this year, almost 1 million people could receive additional financial help from the state to help lower the cost of health insurance. More for those already getting it, and new help for many who haven't gotten help before. So check to see how much you can save. It only takes 5 minutes. The last day to enroll is January 31st, so get covered today.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyotathon is on. Get incredible year-end savings on a reliable new Toyota. Well, Birmingham just 2 of 15 in that opening quarter, Professor. That tells you just how tough that Blazer defense is.
Yeah, I think about midway point of the first quarter, the defense began to exert their will. But in the first 4 minutes, I thought Birmingham had some makeable shots and maybe just a little bit nervous with the opponent in the setting, et cetera, et cetera. But too much dribbling from the Patriots. They need to pass the basketball.
Elliott off balance from 15 feet.
Yeah.
David Elliott.
He's really skilled, and he can get his own shot anytime he wants, and that one worked out. But I would prefer to see them, reverse the basketball. Maybe somebody cuts to the basket, drive and kick, that sort of thing.
A steal. Nobles all the way, and he throws it down. James Nobles, tall, lanky junior, bothered by a bad knee, but he looked good there.
When he's healthy, he is a dynamic finisher. He is the type of guy who can elevate in traffic and slam, and that maybe that'll get him started.
Patriots have reduced it to 10. Here's James on the perimeter to Wade. Wade will shoot a three. It's in. A foul away from the ball.
I believe the basket will count.
A 3 ball, and there is a foul as
be
well.
A foul on the rebound against the Trailblazers. They're going to get you for discarding one of the Patriots in the lane. But Wade hits his first shot. And you're right, Randy. I thought he played really well last night.
Yeah, he's 3 for 3 from the floor, so he hasn't missed a shot at the Classic at Damien.
He should play for the Spartans.
Also checking back in for
they could
Trailblazers,
use one more dead-eye shooter.
Yeah, seems so confident when he's raising up so far over the last couple of days. Zaire Wade, 6'2", 175-pound senior.
Hard to, get significant playing time on this team. I mean, they're just so loaded with talent that you're basically going to play somewhere between 4 and 8 minutes maybe per half.
They're going to get more loaded because Zaire Williams will be eligible on Monday.
And then suddenly, minutes will become shorter for some of the guys that have already contributed. While Zaire Williams is one of the nation's best players and everyone would love to have him, holy mackerel, where are you going to find 25 to 30 minutes for him in this already loaded team? But that's a problem that Coach Chevalier doesn't mind.
Great player.
That was
Notre Dame High School in Sherman Oaks. The U foul,
yeah.
It's 1-1.
Right.
They sorted out, and Elijah Cofield's going to the line.
Right. Now here's a chance for Birmingham. They will be in the bonus for the last 6:58 of the half. If they can go aggressively to the basket, they will find themselves with chances to score and maybe climb back into this. If they could cut this inside of 10 at the half, I think they'd feel pretty good about themselves.
Cofield averaged a double-double a year ago, 24-13. Blazers by 11, and Bailey up the floor, and he's hand-checked and fouled by David Elliott.
In my keys to the game, one of them was no silly fouls. Now that is 40 feet from the basket, and just to get called for a hand check, Elliott has to be on the court for Birmingham to play well.
Now, David Elliott thinks he has everything. 2 fouls. They announced 3, so we'll have to sort that out.
Yeah, I'll say.
Foul inside against James Nobles of Birmingham.
James Nobles, his first.
That's his first.
No, the difference between 2 and 3 for Elliott is enormous, and that's something that Coach Halleck, I'm not sure he's aware that at least someone thinks he has 3. I thought it was his second.
So did he, but they announced number 3. James brings it in to Terran Frank, whose father, Tellis Frank, played in the NBA.
No doubt, with the Warriors.
Triple team. James lobbing inside, intended for Boston. Stolen brilliantly by Elijah Cofield. Elliott for 3. Yes.
Nicely done. The extra pass made the play, and Elliott feeling more confident. That was from 23 feet.
Boston going up strong. Used that left arm to clear out traffic. Got away with it and drew the foul.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's a play on. Boston had contact first, and then the defender bumped him while he was in the air. But I'm going to let that one just go as a play on. And unfortunately, as Coach Halleck says, what do you expect my guy to do?
What do you think at home? I think you're right. I think that's a play on.
Yeah. If you start calling every time somebody gets bumped, we're going to run out of players. Well, Sierra Canyon won't, but.
B.J. Boston on his way to Kentucky. 5-star recruit. Missed some foul shots, and the door's open for Birmingham. They're within 8.
Little backcourt pressure designed to speed up the pace, make Birmingham play a little faster than maybe they want to. Tough miss inside.
Elliott off balance, in and out. That was an impossible try, but he nearly made it.
I think he thought he got bumped on the way up, so he thought I might as well put it up and draw the 2-shot foul, except the refs didn't have any of it. Coach Halleck is furious right now at what he thinks is inconsistencies from the men in stripes.
Well, Birmingham getting in foul trouble. Elijah Cofield with 2, Nobles with 2. Elliott, we think, has 2. And we still have nearly 6 minutes to play in the half. And Odom will toe the stripe and shoot a 1-and-1. Shy Odom. Nothing shy about Odom. He's very aggressive on the court, and I love his physical status. He's really put together well.
Yeah, he does everything well. Came out of the Boston area where he was highly regarded, going to be a major recruit. The type of guy you need when you got a team full of stars. Some of the guys got to set screens and get rebounds and defend.
That's nice. The brothers working well. Cofield to Cofield.
But they passed the ball without dribbling. It was pass, get to the high post. Guy cuts behind it. I mean, that's good basketball. When you're spaced like that, you can get a lot done by passing the basketball. If you're going to try to dribble your way to the basket, it gives the defense time to help.
There's Elijah to his brother Corey.
And look at this. It's a 6-point game.
Boston from downtown, and he's fouled. Knocked down, and he's fouled by Corey Cofield. And that's really an issue right now for Birmingham. They're fouling on just about every trip down the floor. He has 2.
And that's a tough one. You want to close out on a shooter, no doubt about that. And that's where Coach Halleck is patting his guy on the back, saying, hey, that's not a bad play. But you have to close out with control. You can't just drift into the landing area. That's a point of emphasis in today's game, is you got to give the shooter somewhere to land, and that's what happened that time to Cofield. And Boston probably as good a free throw shooter as anybody Sierra Canyon has.
Yeah, Boston can score at all 3 levels. He's hit his first 2. It was a 3-shot foul. He's raised the lead to 8. And he is a big-time scorer, capable of putting up huge numbers.
Yeah, the kind of guy who can, like say, get 12, 15 points in a quarter.
Big issue for Birmingham in this first half is what are they going to do with the foul situation? They got a very limited bench. The pressure there forces a turnover.
Oh,
Professor, they could run out of athletes before this one's over.
Yeah, that's just not a really good thought by a really good player. The run and jump came. That's not the first time Birmingham's seen that. You got to make a better read and a less difficult pass than trying to sail it all the way across court. But that's what Sierra Canyon wants to do whenever they surprise you with that trap at the mid-court line. They want to see can you make the first pass.
Odom inside. Frank tried to jam it. Elliott leaking out. He'll stop and pop and hit.
Pretty.
He has a great mid-range game.
Pretty. When he plays within himself, he's an outstanding player.
Only a junior. This is a young team, and he takes it away from Bailey and shoots the 3 and got it. They're on their feet at the pivot. Damien. Birmingham is rallied to within 3.
Today's basketball, a steal and a pull-up from 3-point land. And he knocked it down.
Elliott is entertaining, playing with the 2 fouls and still scoring for Birmingham. And the Birmingham defense has picked up the tempo.
Yeah, you can see it in their eyes. They're into it now.
Bailey, he can't connect.
Good no call.
Rebound by Corey Cofield. For the tie. Yes! On fire is David Elliott, one of the LA City section's best shooters. He's not in the game at 26. What a run by the Patriots.
He's special.
Midway stage, second quarter. This is pretty good, isn't it? On KDOC.
That goes hard.
Now's your last chance to save on the gift you really want at Nissan's year-end event. Get in today and save big on our tech-filled lineup, like Rogue or Altima, both with available Safety Shield 360. Hurry, event ends January 2nd. Get a low $199 per month lease on Altima, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zustier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now get your flavor delivered to your door at wingstop.com.
Well, Professor, we just saw a shooting clinic by David Elliott of Birmingham to get him back to even.
Well, he's enormously talented, and when he allows the game to come to him instead of forcing it, he can make spectacular plays. And there you see he's beginning to understand, oh, the three ball is on right now. When he pulled up after the steal and made the three from the right wing, it's like, okay, that's a heat check there. Exceptional 4 minutes for that man right there, David Elliott.
For an exceptional player. You can see he's animated, emotional, into it. And boy, did he get this crowd going.
And it all starts on the defensive end. We've seen a couple of steals, which are obvious, but the way that they have challenged the penetration and the attempts at the rim by Sierra Canyon, and then battling for the rebounds. It's a man's game inside the paint now.
Birmingham goes with the 5 most of the time. They play a majority of the minutes. Very little manpower on the bench. They will sub out, but it's very rare. Tipped away by Cofield. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Sierra Canyon. A lot of the crowd starting to root for Birmingham as the underdog.
I think so. You know, they want to see a competitive game, and although they came to see Sierra Canyon and all the stars, they want this to be competitive in the second half, and Birmingham is obliging.
Frank, veteran player, knocks down a 17-footer.
That's the key. Good call, Randy. They got the ball in a position to succeed for one of their senior leaders, and Frank's got a nice step back, very high arc on that shot. Much needed basket for Sierra Canyon.
Here's Elliott. He wants it. It's a heat check. That one comes up short. Bailey claims the rebound. Morris, the lob, too tall for Frank. And we go back the other way. Birmingham has the numbers, but they got to go up against you, and it does not bother Elijah Cofield. He confronted him at 7-3. He didn't care.
He set him up with a little hesitation dribble.
3 balls up and in again for Terran Frank.
The TCU commit's going to be such an addition for Jamie Dixon. I think he's beginning to scratch the surface of how good he's going to be. Injured much of last year, but he's got all the skills.
Strong drive by James Nobles, and he draws the foul. Terran Frank, such a settling force for Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, last year obviously didn't have a lot of opportunity when you had the likes of KJ Martin and Cassius Stanley, Scottie Pippen Jr. taking a lot of the shots. But Frank is the kind of guy who, when things are going haywire, it's not a bad idea to get the ball into the hands of number 15, and he's come up with a couple of big shots when Sierra Canyon was in a little bit of a dry spell.
The win over Long Beach Poly yesterday. The man at the line, Nobles, had 17, and he knocks those foul shots down, and it's a 1-point lead for the Blazers. Frank again. He's offline. Got it back. Comes underneath, and he walked.
Yep.
Well, the Patriots, Professor, will be shooting for the advantage here.
And I don't think they've been intimidated from the get-go, but falling down 19-4, you got to wonder if your confidence would wane a little bit. Not with this team.
Cofield all the way. That's going to be interference. Corey put it up. It was jammed back in by Elijah. But those two brothers, it literally is brotherly love at Birmingham. And by the way, their younger brother, their 13-year-old brother, Bryce, is on the horizon, just an 8th grader. He'll be on the Patriot team next year.
Nice.
Boston had it deflected away. It was Corey Cofield that took it away for the lead. And they'll be shooting fouls. The Morris foul put Parchment on the deck.
Nice.
And now it's Sierra Canyon picking up the penalties.
Yeah, nice look by Elliott that time. It was kind of a congested 3-on-2, but with that good vision, David was able to find the best option, which is one of their better wing shooters, Parchment. He had his feet set, and he gets an opportunity to shoot 3.
Coach Halleck says that Jaquan Parchment is a joy to coach, so smart on the floor. Take another look at that foul. Don't want to foul out there, do you?
No, once again, you want to close out, but you've got to close out, at an angle. You don't go straight at the shooter. There's no way to stop your momentum. You're gonna careen into the shooter more often than not, and that's one that you'd like to have back.
So Birmingham has claimed the advantage by 1 inside of 2 minutes to play in the half. And pressure defense again. Boston and Nobles mixing it up.
Birmingham is not intimidated. Boston took a little bit of offense there, but cooler heads prevail. But that's something that we'll watch. 3 against 1. See if that escalates a little bit. Because Boston
Haley did a nice job, the coach of Birmingham, settling Boston down.
Yeah. And the refs did a good job of getting in the way as well.
Boston outside to Frank.
Might have got away with a walk there.
Into you, the low post. Pressured by Cofield. Morris from the side. Tipped in beautifully. Again, it's Taryn Frank.
Yeah, he has a great feel for the game and where to be. That's rebounding is a lot of desire, but it's also kind of a knack for knowing where that ball's going to come off. Frank with the long arm and the soft tip.
It's the Blazers by 1. Corey Cofield putting the ball on the ground. Nobles had it stripped away. Boston again has an easy dunk.
Boston wins that battle as Nobles and Boston kind of getting after each other a little bit, and Owen James Nobles coming up limping, and the look on his face indicates that he says, I'm all right, but I'm not sure here. There's Boston with the steal and the slam, but the collision on the other end of the court has caused James Nobles to have to come out of the game, and he's limping on that knee that has the brace on it, and we certainly hope it's nothing serious. They need him out there.
Matthew Morales, number 10, will check in.
And Boston gives him a little shove just to let him know you're in the game.
Beautiful drive again by Elijah Cofield. He's very aggressive getting to the iron.
And when you get you out in space a little bit, you can go by him. I mean, at 7'3", he's not going to have the greatest lateral movement.
Bailey can't connect going inside. Here comes Parchment the other way. Elliott from very deep. Final half minute. Deflected. Morris drops it in.
Oh, nicely done. With the the contact, you thought perhaps might have caused him to miss. Good concentration to play through the contact. Last shot time for Birmingham.
And with it is Corey Cofield for 3. Half is over. Well, Birmingham, fueled by the great marksmanship of David Elliott, has come alive. They've battled back. They've cut it to 3. Entertaining ball game at the Damien Classic quarterfinals. Birmingham and Sierra Canyon. It's the Blazers by 3 at the break.
Here in the club, I can't even hear my own voice. Jack in the Box would have been a better choice.
Head to Jack in the Box and experience the joy of missing out with my $3 mini munchies. Get them delivered with DoorDash.
Only Jack in the Box.
It took over 100 years to perfect this masterpiece of Italian design and performance. In about 15 minutes, for us to paint one neon green and do this.
Blends right into the Italian architecture.
See everything you should never do with an Alfa Romeo. No. Then experience everything you should on the road now.
Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Giulia for $299 a month. Visit your local Alfa Romeo dealer.
You shouldn't have to live with pain. You shouldn't have to pretend you're fine. You shouldn't have to be the ambulance you shouldn't have to be thinking about the cost. You should just be focused on her. Covered California can help you find a health plan that fits your needs and budget. Because we believe you shouldn't have to choose between the life you've built and the care you need.
It's time for Kia's Holiday Sticker Sales Event. Get great deals on vehicles loaded with advanced technology features, like the 2020 Soul or Sportage with available forward collision avoidance, or the 2019 Optima, Sorrento, or Forte with available blind spot collision warning. All with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Get 0% APR plus up to $2,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2019 vehicles, or lease a specially tagged 2020 Sportage LX for $169 a month at Kia's Holiday Sticker Sales Event.
This museum of fun was not a great call. Should have gone to Jack. They've got it all.
Go to Jack in the Box and experience the joy of missing out with my $3 mini munchies. Get them delivered with DoorDash.
Only a Jack in the Box.
At the break, Trailblazers by 3. Birmingham really pushed them in that opening half. This, of course, is the Damien Classic. Wonderful tournament. 4th year this tourney is really growing, and our Paul Westfall, the professor, caught up with the mastermind at the Classic at Birmingham, at Damien. Seems like Birmingham tonight, though.
I'm with one of the most important factors in this 4th annual Classic at Damien. I'm with Mike Leduc, and Mike started 4 years ago, a little bit smaller in size, and look what you've created this year. So many more teams, so many more divisions, and some of the best teams in California.
Yes, we're really proud of where it's at right now. It started with 48 teams the first year, and then 2 years we went to 64 teams, and this year we went to 80 teams. A lot of that is because we wanted to keep the local teams that wanted to play in it to be able to play in it, and with so many good teams coming in, we needed to expand.
Yeah, well, it has certainly worked. The place was packed last night. I'm sure it'll be packed again tonight, and people are seeing great basketball. As far as the future of the Classic at Damien, bigger, better? Have you reached kind of your maximum here, or what do you think about the future?
Well, we're really proud of where we're at, and we want and hope that the teams that are here appreciate it, and we hope that the fans in the Pomona-San Gabriel Valley appreciate being able to come out and watch great basketball. I think if we could keep it at this level, we'd be really happy.
Now, I think a lot of people have no idea of how much work this is for you and your staff. When do you start even thinking about what happens next year?
Well, we've actually already started. I mean, the ability to try to get good teams to come next year, that's already started. We usually take a week or two off, and then we'll start planning a little bit for next year. It's 11 and a half months that we go at it, and then especially the last 10 days is a lot of preparing the building and the facilities.
Well, thanks for letting us come. It has emerged into what I think is the best basketball tournament in the country for this time of the year, and you and your staff should be congratulated on an amazing event that's only going to get bigger and better.
Yeah, thank you very much. The staff is what really makes it. It takes a lot of people to put on a big event like this, so I appreciate that.
At intermission, it is 37-34. Sierra Canyon protecting a 12-0 record, facing an upstart Birmingham Patriots team. We'll have more at the break. This is our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC. Boston is entertaining.
Finally home.
Okay, let's go.
Come on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the final days of Toyotathon. Here for a great deal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the wait is over.
Oh, Camry.
Yes.
Now, during Toyotathon, get a low $279 a month lease on an adventurous new 2019 RAV4, or choose $1,250 factory cash back and save big.
You can get a great deal too at Toyotathon, but it all ends January 6th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
You gotta be proud of what you do. You gotta be detailed, element by element.
I've been trained to notice things that most human eyes don't see.
I feel like I put my soul into the cars.
Your work ethic, the product you provide, reflects on your name.
We sign off.
We sign off.
so you can sign on.
The Sign Then Drive event is on. Lease a new 2019 Jetta. 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month, and 0 due at signing.
You can catch all of wrestling's biggest stars on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
And you can put a $sign on that.
Tune in and stay up to date on all the latest stories and action on America's fastest growing wrestling program.
Get ready for the fight of your life.
Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Saturdays at 1 a.m. after the news on KDOC TV.
Tomorrow night on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, the best high school basketball tournament continues with 2 semifinal matchups back-to-back. The Classic at Damien, live at 7:30 p.m., only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
There's your score, 37-34 at intermission. And tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is presented by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com. That's good highlights in Birmingham, which was ice cold. They were frigid in the first quarter, lit it up in the second quarter.
Yeah, Sierra Canyon got off to a great start. There was a lot of open court opportunities, and they found themselves with a 19-4 lead. And then suddenly, Birmingham just got energized primarily by the play of David Elliott. But you can see early on, Sierra Canyon was imposing their will with a lot of easy shots right at the rim. Bronny James stepped in and hit his only shot of the first half. And B.J. Boston was dynamic. Double figures in the first half for Boston. But then suddenly, things just changed. Birmingham finally saw the ball go in the basket. They started playing better on defense, challenging shots, grabbing rebounds in traffic, and then Elliott got hot. There was about a 3-minute span where he led them right back into this game. They were down 15, and Elliott took over. David with 15 first half points. And this one was from the moon.
Anywhere in the solar system, David Elliott could knock down shots, and you had to love the resolve of Birmingham in that second quarter.
The Cofield started to play with a great physicality. That basket didn't count, but it just showed how they were not giving up at all. Taryn Frank had a stretch in the second quarter where he was the only offense that Sierra Canyon had. And there you see Elisha Cofield taking you off the bounce, and Birmingham started playing in the second quarter with the confidence of a team that knows they're right in this game.
Again, Birmingham's a basketball team that's 9-1. Statistically, you see how the shooting percentage still fairly down for Birmingham, but they really came alive, Professor, in the second quarter.
Oh my God, they were 2 for 15 in the first quarter, 9 for 15 in the second quarter. Pretty even on the glass. You'd think Sierra Canyon might have a little advantage there.
Look at the steals.
Yes.
The Patriots have 8 thefts.
And it was when they ratcheted up the defense, I'm sure, based on the rhetoric of Coach Nick Halleck, that they just decided, look, we got to get after these guys and get them out of their comfort zone a little bit. Very impressed with the second 8 minutes by Birmingham. Sierra Canyon knows they're in a game now.
We'll see if the Patriots can hang with this powerful Sierra Canyon team through the first 16 minutes. They're right there. 37-34, Trailblazers. The second half is next on KDOC.
It's Happy Honda Day, spread the news. We helped Santa bottle his microbrews. Gave a friend a harmonica the last night of Hanukkah. And helped a cookie get 1 million views.
Just a dab of frosting. You don't want to look too cakey.
And during Happy Honda Days, we can help you too. Right now, you can lease a 2019 Civic LX for just $189 a month plus tax. And people buy Civics more than any other car in California.
Happy Honda Days.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
You only get so many firsts in life, Lisa. And this bite of Wingstop is one of them. This is where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. Should we give you a moment? Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now get your flavor delivered to your door at wingstop.com.
Yeah, I'm here for the audition.
Which audition? The music video, the horror movie, the exercise tape, or the infomercial?
Yeah. Well.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at Wingstop.com. What do you expect, Professor, in this second half?
Well, I would expect that Sierra Canyon knows they are in a street fight here. Big key for Birmingham, I think, is they need to stay out of foul trouble. Elliott has 3, and he drew a foul off the ball. Nicely done by Parchment, who causes an offensive foul on a play 20 feet away from the basketball. But I think it's important that Elliott in particular and the two Cofields have to play smart.
James
no reaching
Nobles,
fouls.
who was shaken up in that first half, is out of lineup, and Morales is starting in the second half. And Bailey's down and injured for Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, they're going to stop play. And, oh, goodness gracious. He is in considerable discomfort.
Holding that right ankle.
And he's so important to Sierra Canyon's success because he does everything well. In a first half that you barely noticed him, he stuffed the stat sheet. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover. He's a magnificent player, and we certainly hope this is nothing serious.
Yeah, when they made their state run last year in the Southern Section playoffs, Bailey was terrific as a frosh.
Well, yeah, and you would think as a freshman with all those stars, you might be a little reluctant to even take anything upon yourself. And yet numerous games we saw he made critical baskets and big-time plays on both ends. So we hope that Amari will be fine, but it looks like he will sit for a while at least, and Birmingham with a chance to tie with a 3-ball.
He was great, Bailey, in the playoffs last year against Mater Dei. The putback is up and in for Elijah Cofield after the Morales miss, and it's again a 1-point deficit. Birmingham hanging in there with the state champs.
And we're going to get a bump against, they're going to get Parchment for bumping Boston. Gosh, a non-contact type of injury. You saw Bailey go down on the left of your screen, and there was no other player near him. And those are oftentimes, sometimes they're more difficult to come back from, those non-contact injuries. We hope Bailey will be fine, but that one you could see the ankle just kind of gave on him.
Frank down low to you. He's right there, and he puts it in.
Yeah, Cofield is saying he wards off with that off arm, and he just might. Cofield might have a case there, and Coach Halleck is saying the same thing. You've got to call him for that off arm shove.
Also not happy how long you was in the lane. Here's Elliott from the side. Hits again. 17 for David Elliott.
Stop the ball.
Boston all the way, and he's fouled as he was going down Main Street.
Wow, they're going to get Corey Cofield for the block. Here you see Cofield with good positioning. He knows he has a smaller player on him in Wigington, so he posts up basically on the baseline. Simple turn and shoot. Oh, goodness gracious.
Boston knocking down a defender as he went up for the basket. He knocked down Parchment. Fans wanted to foul on Boston. Boston is very animated and very emotional and very much into this game for Sierra Canyon.
Yeah, he doesn't mind the physicality.
Here's Frank, and he had his pocket picked brilliantly by Jaquan Parchment. His three ball. It's in there. You see the arithmetic. We're knotted at 41.
A gutsy decision by Parchment with you in his face.
A foul now going against Parchment. He has to calm down as the shot was attempted. Boy, it is a fever pitch, a very emotional game.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in Birmingham feeling they're not getting really a fair shake as far as contact goes. Boston, who initiates quite a bit of contact. That's why he's going to be a good scorer at the next level as well. He knows how to clear space for himself, and that time he might have got away with one there.
That's some great news. Omari Bailey's at the scorer's table, and he's going to come back in.
That's nice.
That is really nice to see. He was holding that ankle, and he's back out there, and he got healthy in a hurry. We're all happy about that.
Yeah, we are, because he's special. He's going to be one of the nation's top recruits when he's a senior, just a sophomore. Good to see him back out there. We'll see if he can play anywhere near 100%.
Andre Chevalier, the coach, thrilled to get one of his stars back in. Foul shots by Boston gives the Blazers the lead. Parchment finding Elliott. Elliott working against Bailey. Cofield from deep. Just off the iron for Corey Cofield.
Yeah, those kind of shots have to go in because they're going to get those looks off the high screen roll.
Bailey can't find it. You lost the handle. Here comes a run out. Cofield to brother. Cofield. That was Elijah to Corey. And we're even at 43.
Eyes in the back of his head. He knew his brother was there.
Brilliant drive by Shai Odom to draw the foul. Cofield not thrilled with that call. This is pretty basketball.
Nice. You knew that. Elijah knew that Corey was coming. Don't know if he even had to say anything, but he turned and looked, and the nice drop off for the slam. But on the other end, Birmingham thinking, why is it a foul on this end when we seem to have quite a bit of contact on the other end? That ends up being a play on.
Corey Cofield has 3 fouls along with David Elliott. That's Boston sneaking in there for the board. Now he wants the triple.
He's got really long arms, and that helped him get that offensive rebound. But this is not going to make Coach Halleck any happier. His little guy gets called for shoving a guy that weighs about 80 pounds more.
Again, they've lost Nobles, who got hurt in the first half, and that's why Morales is on the floor. Down low to you, posting up. And he puts it in. Once he gets down on that low block with that big body at 7'3" and 300 pounds, he's tough to slow down.
Yeah, if he doesn't get too excited and shuffle his feet, and he did a nice job of keeping both feet firmly planted.
The hold against Bailey, working against Elliott. This is a great experience for Birmingham. They're showcasing how good they are. Will be one of the heavy favorites in the LA City section. We saw Fairfax and Westchester earlier this year go at it. The game Fairfax won. Birmingham looks very good. They're going to be a very, very tough out. Cofield, Corey Cofield off the window and in. And they force a turnover.
Yeah, stepped over the end line. Unforced error.
Turnover by Birmingham has the momentum in this game. Cofield's air ball leads to a run out and a Boston layup.
Yeah, he's so long that's going to be an easy one. Just a quick shot out of the inbound pass that hit nothing, and here's another chance in transition for the Trailblazers.
Bailey all the way. He's healthy.
And another one.
He made a great play defensively at one end against Elliott and scored at the offensive end of the building. 50-45, Trailblazers.
Well, we had 2 shots in a row that didn't hit anything, and so the defense they're kind of playing for something to come off the rim, maybe go for an offensive rebound. When it hits nothing, Sierra Canyon's off and running.
Elliott off the iron, Boston rebounds. Boston feeding into the corner. That's a great pass. And Terrence Frank knocked down the triple, and suddenly it's the Trailblazers that have momentum. Terrence Frank, that settling force. They've built an 8-point lead over upstart Birmingham on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week.
Toyotathon is on, and you know what that means. Incredible year-end savings on a huge selection of our most popular models, like the adventurous RAV4, stylish Highlander, sporty Camry, and more. Now, during Toyotathon, get a low 0.9 APR for 60 months on a new 2019 Highlander, or choose $2,500 cash back and save big. The deals end January 6th. Get yours before they're gone. Toyota, let's go places.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their gifts.
Stop by your local Crown Ace Hardware, family owned since 1949, with 12 locations in Southern California to serve you.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. Well, suddenly Sierra Canyon, you know what they've done? They put a bigger defender on David Elliott. They've put Omari Bailey, once he's come back in, on Elliott. That wide wingspan, making it a little bit more difficult for Elliott to get the shots away.
Well, there were two particular possessions for Birmingham. One after the inadvertent turnover by the Sierra Canyon player inbounding the ball, stepped over the baseline, and they had an air ball off the inbound pass that turned out to be a 3-on-1 run out and an easy one. Second time down, they got another air ball from Birmingham, and it was another run out and layup. And suddenly, what was a one-possession game became an 8-point lead. Birmingham just needs to settle down here, get a good shot.
Elliott in traffic. Ran into you. Boston the other way. And again, this is a basketball team, the Trailblazers, that can really sprint out, score points in bunches, and Boston is turning it on. And just like that, the Trailblazers lead by 10. A reminder, right after this game, we'll have another Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week quarterfinal. Host Damien and Rancho Christian. That could be a very interesting affair.
Oh, contrasting styles to be sure. But that's 3 times now Birmingham didn't even get a ball on the rim. Each time results in an easy basket in transition for Sierra Canyon. That's pretty much the difference here in the third quarter.
Elliott working inside. It's kicked away. Last touch by the Blazers as Morales was hemmed in. Fortunate that Birmingham was able to get the ball back.
With you in there, I think you got to work inside out. And they've been trying to score, inside of 15 feet. He just affects too much stuff.
Parchment again in traffic and another turnover.
I don't see the purpose in that necessarily. Too many bad things are going to happen in there when you leave your feet driving the baseline. Birmingham just needs to settle down. They had these kinds of situations, this kind of adversity before, and they answered the challenge. Now it's just one stop at a time.
Ian Kaguchi on for the first time this season, eligible today, number 2 for Birmingham. There's a steal on a brilliant switch there by Corey Cofield. Elliott, another air ball, and a run out, and Bailey slams it home. Omari Bailey.
Ankle looks fine.
And just like that, the lead is a dozen. Kaguchi all the way with the left-hand layup. Birmingham, a rare second opportunity.
Partially blocked, yeah.
Great defense again was put up in the corner by Parchment.
Boston has long arms for a guy who's 6'6", and you saw it there. He closed out, but he closed out at a little bit of an angle, so no danger of fouling. Just got a little piece of that one. We're going to get a timeout here.
Minute 38 left in the third quarter. James and Wade are going to come in for Sierra Canyon. We're in the Platinum division at the Damien Classic. A lot of great teams, 80 teams. These are the teams in the Platinum bracket. All the local teams performing really well.
Well, this is, as far as the Elite 8 is concerned, after first round action, Etiwanda with a grinder of a victory over a very good Silesian team from Northern California. Etiwanda prevails and will meet the winner of this game. And then St. John Bosco in a terrific game against an evenly matched Windward team that's loaded with talent. A young Windward team, but I think it was Bosco's depth that proved to be the victory in a very close game. So the Braves will meet the winner of Damien and Rancho Christian. Talked about contrasting styles in this one and that one, and we'll talk more about that. But you've got the size and athleticism against Damien, against some deadly sharpshooters from three-point range in Damien. Should be fun.
Brought in. Cofield lost the handle going up. Timeout taken by Andre Chevalier. He didn't like how his team was a little bit out of control there.
Yeah, that was an odd time for a timeout, but Andre must have felt this is not getting us where I want us to be.
Andre jumped out of there in a hurry. He was in the middle of that huddle and said, wait a minute, I don't like what we're running here. Of course, he was a great point guard at Cal State Northridge. He's in their Hall of Fame.
He should be. I think when he left school, he was the leading scorer, assist guy, everything. There's our most recent CIF Southern Section top 10 rankings. And while a lot of these teams are playing in some marvelous tournaments, so the rankings might change a little bit by next week. But Sierra Canyon, Mater Dei at the top. They'll be at the top much of the year. Harvard Westlake having a wonderful season with that veteran club. Etiwanda with a couple of victories here at the Classic at Damien. They'll be a factor, I think, all the way down to the finish line. I'll be surprised if they're not in the Final Four. Windward with a tough loss to Bosco today. So there might be some shifting in 5 through 10. But the story of the year so far is Corona Centennial. They continue to beat teams that most people think they don't have any business beating, and Josh Giles is the coach of the year in my estimation. Then you got Rancho Christian, who I think has underperformed so far this year, and because they're so good, they're 11-2, and I'm saying they're underperforming. And then St. Anthony, we saw against St. John Bosco in a really good game that could have gone either way. And the J. Sarah kind of lurking around there. I think this is the team that's going to be better in February than they are right now because of the influx of new talent. But they're loaded with size on the baseline are the Lions.
Blazers to inbound. They lead by a dozen. Bailey has come back in and has been very fluid after going out with that apparent ankle injury. He's come in and he's been productive. Odom inside. That's pretty. Shy Odom and one.
Yeah, Odom had a little bit too much to say. One of the Blazers, anyway, had a little bit too much to say.
Number 5, Elijah Cofield, his 4th personal.
Cofield has 4 fouls. Technical is against the Blazers.
See, I don't see a foul there. I just don't. Odom got a bump at the beginning of the move, and they didn't call that. They didn't call the bump at the beginning of the one-on-one move, and then when Odom kind of jumped to the side, you could see there was space between he and Cofield. So, I don't see a foul there, but then we had a technical foul against one of the Trailblazers,
Boston.
I believe.
It was Boston.
Foul is called on the Patriots, number 4, David Elliott. The Trailblazers, number 13, Shy Odom.
Oh, Elliott and Odom.
They came to the side and they said number 3, Boston. So this is away from the ball. Yeah, there is that other technical foul on Boston.
Now, the problem with this is it also is a personal foul. And while Sierra Canyon can withstand some guys, beset with foul trouble and maybe actually being disqualified for 5 fouls, Birmingham can't afford that. And so when I said in the beginning of the game, keys to the game, no silly fouls, technical fouls are those as well. You just can't have them.
Odom completes the 3-point play, and there's that spurt ability that Sierra Canyon has. The game was tight, and suddenly it's a 15-point deficit for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Elliott at the line shooting the technical.
You have to value every possession against Sierra Canyon, because if you get lazy or lackadaisical, boom, they hit you in transition, and it's a 6-0, 8-0, 10-2 kind of run, and you look up and you think, well, we're playing pretty well, and you look up and you're double digits behind.
And Birmingham really has performed well against this juggernaut.
Yes, but it's been about 2.5, 3 minute stretch where it went from a one-possession game to 16 until Elliott hit the 2 free throws. But you can't worry about that now. What you have to play is each possession you got to play individually. You've got to get one stop at a time. There are no 14-point baskets.
So we had Odom complete the three-point play, and then we had the technical on Boston, and Elliott hit the 2 fouls. And it should be Birmingham basketball.
Yeah.
And that is the situation. Officials sorted out. Aaron Schumann is our lead official, working with Irvin Mendez and DeAndre Roberts. Very emotional game to work as well.
And this is where Elliott can really have a positive effect on Birmingham here. He can orchestrate, get the ball into his better players' hands.
And banking it up beautifully is Elijah Cofield. Elijah's had a nice game.
He has. He's played under control. He's challenged the bigs of Sierra Canyon inside. That time stuck with it, got the putback.
James had it swatted out of there, and a tie-up.
Held ball situation. It'll be Sierra Canyon basketball, but good help side defense on James' baseline drive.
Yeah, Tahafi was entered. Isaiah Tahafi, a 6'4" sophomore, wears number 30 for Birmingham, a transfer from Van Nuys. Made a splendid defensive play.
Good job by Coach Halleck. It should not have reversed on that multi-technical situation. It was a double technical, which would have basically canceled each other out, but then there was an additional technical against Sierra Canyon, so the possession arrow should not have changed. And Coach Halleck was the first one to indicate that to the officials, that this should not be Sierra Canyon ball, it should be ours, and they got it straight. Need this one.
Corey Cofield, too strong. They got it back. Final 22 seconds of the quarter. They can work it all the way down. But there's a pressure and a steal by Wade, but he's over the end line.
Yeah.
So with 18 seconds left, Birmingham gets it back.
Parchment says to Cofield, you kind of put me in a bad spot here. You threw it right in the between the midcourt line and the sideline, which acts as another defender. He had no place to go. They caught a break there when Wade stepped on the sideline.
Birmingham certainly could use a basket here in the waning moments, and Elliott had it poked away. The finger roll is up, no good, but a foul. Nice move again by Corey Cofield.
Yeah, caught a little bit of a break there. Elliott got trapped, and the ball was loose, and if Cofield isn't the first to go get it, that's a run out the other way. Instead, it's a 2-shot opportunity for Birmingham.
Karen Frank picked up his second personal foul.
Now you got to have these. I mean, that's why they call them free throws, but nicely done.
Free money.
Yeah, I mean, as bad as that little 3-minute stretch was where suddenly Birmingham was down 16, the free throw here and a stop, and you're down 9 after 3, not so bad.
Morales, number 10, checking in for the Patriots. Frank, who's been so good. The step-back jumper misses. We're through 3. Sierra Canyon rallies back after Birmingham was on fire. Dunks like that from Omari Bailey of Sierra Canyon.
Don't tear up a piazza with an Italian work of art. Do seek out an open road. Don't squander 100 years of racing heritage. Do take the long way home. And definitely, don't do this. See everything you should never do with an Alfa Romeo. Then experience everything you should on the road now.
Well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Giulia for $299 a month. Visit your local Alfa Romeo dealer.
If you or a loved one have been injured in an auto accident, you need a professional on your side who'll make sure you get every penny you're entitled to.
That's what we do. The law offices of Larry H. Barker has been protecting the rights of automobile accident victims for more than 35 years.
We've been successful in 95% of our cases.
And we've recovered more than $2 billion for our clients.
That's why we've been the #1 accident law firm in Southern California for decades.
We'll fight for you.
Hablamos español.
Tomorrow night on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, the best high school basketball tournament continues live at 7:30 p.m. only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Visit PacificSurfliner.com and hug the coast. 60-51. Sierra Canyon showing their skills and their talents after Birmingham caught them and passed them, and Sierra Canyon showed how flexible they are offensively and defensively to make runs. There's the man, David Elliott. He has been spectacular tonight for Birmingham.
Yeah, he has. But Birmingham has showed me a great deal of grit and toughness. They fell behind 19-4 in the first quarter and then fell behind 60-44 in the third quarter. And you'd think at that point you might have decided, well, we gave it our best shot and we can't beat this team. They didn't do that. They finished the third on a 7-0 run to get themselves right back in the game, and a stop here and a basket, and we have an interesting last 7 minutes.
Wade to James on the wing to Odom. Good look on the baseline. Bailey, you cannot give up the baseline.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fault of a couple of Patriots there. Somebody's got to step in there and take the block charge call. You can't let a guy who can elevate like that just saunter down the baseline. An uncontested dunk.
Elliott over Bailey. Well, that's a nice, pretty floater by David Elliott.
He has an enormous skill set and can score literally from anywhere on the court.
Wade to you. That's a great look from Zaire Wade to Harold Yu.
Yep, that's such a smart play. You wouldn't have felt bad if he took that shot, but he wanted a better shot, and that was a superb look. Excellent pass by Wade. You won't get an easier one.
Every time you say that, I start thinking about I'm in the game. I say you.
You are in the game.
There's a tip deflected away by Wade. Going back to get it. Patriots, Cofield. That one up over the iron. You with another rebound. Here comes Wade.
Oh!
He is a crafty passer.
He really sees the game well.
That pass surprised Odom, but you cleaned up.
I think Cofield has cramped up. Elijah Cofield has cramped up right in front of us, so we're going to get a timeout.
Birmingham's running out of numbers, Coach.
Yeah.
They're being worn down here.
Yeah, I mean, they go maybe 7 deep, and then Nobles hasn't played since he got hurt earlier on, and that takes a big chunk of minutes out of the lineup. And now if Cofield's got a cramp and he's got to be out for a little while to deal with that, they're just a little bit understaffed at this point.
Elliott trying to shoulder the burden. And Sierra Canyon with 6 minutes left in great shape to advance to the semifinals. And we will have their semifinal game on tomorrow night on KDOC.
Andre wants him to run some clock. That's offensive foul.
It's a walk.
It's a walk, all right. He benefits from the travel as opposed to crushing his smaller opponent, backing him down. And still time for Birmingham if they can just get the ball into the position of their better players to get quality looks. My goodness, that's a play on. Wow.
Long range jumper, no good for Parchment. Sierra Canyon clinging to a double-digit advantage.
Cofield will be back in next time it's dead. They got that cramp stretched out. Once again, Coach Chevalier wants Sierra Canyon not just one pass and a shot like it is sometimes. Run a little clock.
James for three. Parchment the other one. And he's able to draw the foul.
Nice job by Parchment. Tried to hit ahead, and it looks like Odom might have tweaked something. He's a little bit gimpy going back to the Sierra Canyon bench, and Frank's going to replace him. But you saw a strong drive to the basket by Parchment. Oh, you got to have those, and he's one of their better shooters.
And that is Taryn Frank checking back in. He's had such a strong game.
Yeah, he's been excellent tonight. In a couple of times when Sierra Canyon has struggled, which doesn't happen very often, it was Frank who came to the forefront, not only with some timely baskets, but some excellent rebounds and challenging shots on the defensive end. Very complete player.
Capacity house here at Damien High School for this quarterfinal game. Sierra Canyon loses the handle. Frank turned it over, but somehow able to tip it back to Bronny James.
James made the play, got a deflection on that pass.
Wade can't hit the three, but he hustles to try to get it, lost it. And Birmingham has a freebie and a soft jam for Cofield. That's Elijah Cofield. And he went down. And
once you cramp up, and that's why I think he jumped softly on that slam attempt. Once you cramp up, the next time you try to get something out of that same spot, many times it'll cramp up again. And I think that's what happened to Elisha there. They're dealing with it. But on the previous turnover that was going to be a run out and going to be 3-0 for Birmingham, Bronny James made a great play. He anticipated the high lob pass to get the break started, got a hand on it, which resulted in Wade being able to save it near the midcourt line. It's not one of those plays that's going to go in the scorebook, but people who watch understand that Bronny James made a really good play and saved a basket.
For any of you that have had a cramp, you know how painful that is. It's
goodness.
Just not fun. It's not a serious injury, but it is bothersome and so irritating.
Yeah.
You look at that Blazer bench saying, well, we're tested here tonight. It's a confident group, two-time state champions. The Sierra Canyon team is loaded again under Andre Chevalier. They are going to be one tough out come Southern Section time, come state time.
They're clearly the favorite again in a year when there's a lot of good teams, but that doesn't mean they're unbeatable.
Cofield is hobbled.
He's up
and I don't know that we're going to see him again. He certainly can come back, get some fluids in him, but you're down 10, you're still in the game.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's hard
It's really hard to bring him back.
Hard to explode again off that particular calf. Maybe if they can cut it to a two-possession game, bring him back in for the last couple minutes. We'll see.
Frank on the weave to Boston is checked back in. Here's Bailey hooking it out to Boston. In and out. You tipping it. Frank right there.
That's a held ball.
And he's going up, and he was held. You thought it was a tie-up.
Oh, it certainly seemed like it to me. Let's see. We should get a really good look at it here. Wow. I mean, I don't know. Looked like a held ball to me. I don't know what to say on it.
Frank at the free throw line. Does not earn the bonus. And Tahafi rebounds for Birmingham.
And a nice rebound from Isaiah Tahafi, because you got a 7-3 guy coming over your back that went uncalled, and he held on to the rebound nicely.
In the lane, the shot up by Cofield. Curry's just over the iron with that one, and the other way, Boston with another jam. Boy, this team puts down more dunks than anybody will see anywhere.
Yeah, and they make you pay for any mistake. Anytime you got a live ball turnover, anytime you don't get back in transition defense, they just finish in your face. And here we go again.
Another break. 3-on-2, and another soft dunk for Taryn Frank. They all take their turns. A beautiful dish from Omari Bailey.
I love Omari Bailey's game. He could score 25 a night, but he realizes that I don't have to. I can help us out by my overall floor game and defending, rebounding. Terrific passer.
From 30 feet, Elliott short. Tahafi got it back and threw it into the seats.
And now Birmingham beginning to lose their poise just a touch.
3 minutes left. Sierra Canyon is going to advance. They've been very attractive in the last 10 or 12 minutes. A lot of dunks.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zustier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now get your flavor delivered to your door at wingstop.com.
Sierra Canyon by 14 on their way to their 13th consecutive victory this year. This will only be Birmingham's second loss in 11 outings.
I think a valiant performance by Birmingham. This will help them in pursuit of an LA City title because they played toe-to-toe with maybe the best team in the state, certainly one of them, for about, I don't know, 28 minutes. They were hanging tough and trading blows like a couple of good heavyweight fighters. I would have to think Coach Halleck and the Birmingham fans and faithful have to be encouraged by the performance they had tonight. But if you're Sierra Canyon, you like the fact that you were in a street fight for 3.5 quarters. Sometimes they get out so fast that the game is over in the first half.
Well, you always want to be tested. Hughes had a nice game inside and one, dunking over Tahafi.
Just unfair. I mean, Tahafi's about 6'4". What's he going to do against that? And good spacing, good passing. Of course, it's Bailey that delivers the dime to you, who understands that if he's only a foot or so away from the basket, there's nothing anybody's going to be able to do with that.
Patriots, number 30, Isaiah Tahafe. His first 19th foul.
Technical foul was called as well, I believe, on Cofield. There is number 11. The other 11, you completing the three-point play. By the way, he's got a nice shot from the outside. Yu's capable of hitting the three ball.
God, I think Andre would fall over.
Well, he told me that. He's capable maybe in practice to shoot the three.
Man, if he gets that far away from the basket, I think Andre's going to call a timeout and say, young man, here's your space, and it's about 6 feet from the hoop.
Elliott hits one of two on the technicals. David Elliott has 22 points tonight. And he has been fun to watch, and he is one of the premier players in the LA City section.
I like Birmingham's team. I think they have a real shot at it this year, along with Fairfax, Westchester, and Taft. I think it'd be tough for somebody to dislodge that Final Four.
Yeah, West Valley has Taft and a very good El Camino team, and those are the first two road games early in January for Birmingham. Tipped away by the hustling Boston. It's off of Parchment. What a great play by BJ to force that mistake.
Yeah, he plays hard every possession, and those long arms, we've seen that come into play a number of times tonight. He's gotten deflections on things that you think he's nowhere near the basketball.
Down low, put up and around and off by Wade. He got it back and draws the foul. Zaire Wade, a quick leaper.
He just has a sense for the game. I love
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, there you go. He didn't take after strangers, but in limited minutes, and it's hard to get into a flow when you're only playing a couple minutes at a time. But I think both James and Wade have shown very well tonight in very limited playing time. But if you're going to get more playing time for Andre Chevalier, you have to play well in those 2, 3, 4 minute spurts that you get. I think both Brami and Zaire have played intelligent basketball tonight.
Wade builds the total to 75-57.
Yeah, it's going to look, if you didn't see the game, you're going to look at it and go, oh, hum. Sierra Canyon wins easily again. Not so fast. I mean, with 5 minutes to go, this was a very competitive contest.
Jaquan Parchment looking for some operating room inside of 2 minutes to play. Corey Cofield trying to dunk over the 7'3" body of Yu.
And he decided he wanted to do that. And I think we're going to give another technical, and that's unfortunate. But he decided he wanted to do that about 20 feet from the hoop. And it's just sad that he wasn't able to finish, because look at that.
There's some athletes on the floor tonight.
Oh, big time. and Cofield is one of them, and I think he just got his second technical, I think.
Canyon foul called on Harold Yu, his 5th personal.
Yu has fouled out.
Harold Yu
Not
fouls
gonna
out
matter.
with 13 points.
Harold Yu had a nice game tonight. He scored 13 points, did a good job off the
Technical
glass.
foul charge to the Patriots, number 11, Corey Cofield, his 4th personal.
Okay, I thought that was his 5th with that technical, but it's only the 4th. But look at this again. He knows who's coming. He knows the long arms of the 7-3U are going to get in his way. And Cofield was not bothered.
Corey Cofield shooting his 2 shots after the foul.
Boston sits after another solid performance by the Kentucky-bound shooting guard.
Cofield at the free throw line. On the U foul, that's why he's shooting the 2.
I think Boston showed tonight when the game got a little chippy, got a lot physical. Boston gave as much as he took, and then maybe a little bit more. And Boston, I think, showed tonight, to me anyway, why he's going to play early and often at Kentucky, and is not going to be bothered by the fact that he's playing with bigger, stronger players against him.
It's not a free throw shooting contest if you're just turning in. We've had a lot of technicals here. So Zaire splits those foul shots.
Well, and we will hope the last 106 seconds are played without incident, because both teams have taken a little bit of umbrage at some of the physicality. So we hope we can get through this without further incident.
And again, following this game, we'll have Damien and Rancho Christian, and that figures to be quite a contest. Wade, finger roll, just rolled off. Deflected out of bounds. Patriots have brought in Caleb Reyes, 5'10" sophomore guard. Where's number 3?
Corey's going to come out, and he played valiantly tonight against, and I think this was good for Birmingham to play against players that are as athletic as they are, if not a little bit more. And I thought
Dylan White comes in for Terran Frank, who was terrific.
And he was good all game long, a steadying influence. Sierra Canyon has ups and downs where they play magnificently and then maybe not so much, but Frank was good throughout.
Tahafi had it taken away by Bronny James. A run out and a layup for James. Fans enjoyed that.
Fundamentally sound defensive player.
Right, put up and in. That was nicely done by Michael Ojeda. All the reserves out there on the floor, finishing this one up. Wade back to the iron. James got it back. Of course, James and Wade, like their parents, very close. Final 45 seconds of action. Morris from the side. Let's see if the Patriots can get up the floor and get an easy one. No, that's a nice defensive effort getting back by Dylan White.
Just the way they taught him. Doesn't matter how many seconds are left in the game, and if you're the 12th guy on the team, you come out, you play with the principles that Coach Chevalier has instilled, you'll get noticed.
23 Dylan Matoyer on. Morris with the rebound. Here is Matoyer. And they'll back it up. James, oh, it's a slick look and a great feed to White. Give Bronny the assist.
Yeah, such an adept passer. And another near steal.
Final 3 seconds, and it'll be official for Sierra Canyon. Up to 80.
You mentioned it, Randy, just real quickly, that you think James and Wade should play some more, and I do too. I just don't know where you're going to find the minutes for them this year, but they're both worthy of more playing time.
And our final is 80-61. Wingstop player of the game. Number 15, Terran Frank. Hit all the key shots. So smooth. Falling up here on the miss with a brilliant left-hand tip-in. Movement without the ball. Terran Frank was great for Sierra Canyon. They win by 19 on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
Right now, 2 of my breakfast jacks with a freshly cracked egg and your choice of sausage or now chicken are just $3. Served all day, so they're not just for early birds.
Great, because I was out raging last night.
Get my 2 for $3 breakfast jack deal while you can.
Back those halls, trim those trees, raise up tops of Christmas cheer. The perfect gift for me would be Christmas.
Now's your last chance to save on the gift you really want at Nissan's year-end event. Get in today and save big on our tech-filled lineup, like Rogue or Altima, both with available Safety Shield 360. Hurry, event ends January 2nd. Get a low $199 per month lease on Altima, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 12 models.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
You only get so many firsts in life, Lisa, and this bite of Wingstop is one of them. This is where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. Should we give you a moment? Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now get your flavor delivered to your door at wingstop.com.
It's time for Kia's Holiday Sticker Sales Event. Get great deals on vehicles loaded with advanced technology features, like the 2020 Soul or Sportage with available forward collision avoidance, or the 2019 Optima, Sorento, or Forte with available blind spot collision warning. All with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Get 0% APR plus up to $2,000 bonus cash on specially tagged 2019 vehicles, or lease a specially tagged 2020 Sportage LX for $169 a month at Kia's Holiday Sticker Sales Event.
Merry Christmas, Lois.
Super Hanukkah!
Hey! Happy Festivus, everyone!
Whichever holiday you're celebrating this time of year, we sincerely wish you a happy and merry holiday season.
Well, happy Festivus!
From all of us here at KDOC TV. And tune into the best comedies around with Family Guy.
A bowling shirt?
Seinfeld.
It's a Festivus miracle!
And the Goldbergs. Every weeknight right here on KDOC TV.
Right now, 2 of my breakfast jacks with a freshly cracked egg and your choice of sausage or now chicken are just $3. Served all day, so they're not just for early birds.
Nice, because I was spinning till like 4 a.m.
Get my 2 for $3 breakfast jack deal while you can.
Not an easy win for Sierra Canyon, but they'll certainly take it. They're 13-0 as Birmingham falls to 9-2, 80-61. Some anxious moments, but when it got tough, Taryn Frank really filled it up, and he is our Wingstop player of the game. Congratulations, Taryn, on a fine effort. It wasn't easy. Birmingham really applied some pressure then, really got it going in the second quarter.
Yeah, second and third quarter, they came out strong. They made a lot of tough shots in transition, a lot of transition threes, so actually they came back in the game. We didn't find them back in transition. So.
How much fun is it to play with this Sierra Canyon team with so much talent? I know you're one of the leaders. You're a veteran player. You're a senior. How much fun is it to perform with this group?
It makes it easy because any given night, someone can go for 30, 20. Like, I can get 10 one night, Beasley gets 30. Anybody can explode on our team. We can all score. And also having Bronny and the attention that he brings to our program and our team, it's a lot of fun. Like you see right now, everybody's leaving the gym. We play. The gym is packed, the gym is full out, so it's a lot of fun.
Watching the package of your expertise offensively, it was a fun night for you. You weren't healthy last year. You're 100% this year. That's got to make it much more enjoyable.
Yeah, this is my first, or hopefully, this is my first full season playing. Every year I had an injury or something went on, so far so good. I'm healthy, or keep it that way.
And I know you're headed for TCU. That's going to be exciting.
Yes. That's going to be a good experience. A lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
We appreciate the time. Congratulations
on
a terrific game and another big win. That's Taryn Frank, our Wingstop player of the game. That's going to conclude game one. We're done for now. It wasn't easy for Sierra Canyon, but they prevail over Birmingham 80-61. Our coverage will continue from the Damien Classic. This is the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
I get so freaked out during the holidays. It's stressful being a cookie, so I wrote to Honda for help.
Hi, we got you an emotional support cookie. Today, we helped relieve some stress, and during Happy Honda Days, we can help you too, with a great deal on a reliable, award-winning Honda. Right now, you can lease a 2019 CR-V LX for just $249 a month plus tax, and Honda was named 2019 Best SUV Brand by U.S. News & World Report.
Well, hello, Cookie.
Deep breath. It's gonna be okay.
Louis, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zustier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now get your flavor delivered to your door at wingstop.com.
I'm standing on the mountain, about to fall. I'm breaking through the ceiling.
Celebrate Infinity's 30th year with 2020 Edition 30 SUVs. Lease the 2020 QX60 for $399 a month, plus get a $2,000 winter bonus at your Southern California Infinity retailer.
Tomorrow night on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, the best high school basketball tournament continues with 2 semifinal matchups back-to-back. The Classic at Damien, live at 7:30 p.m., only on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
What kind of a person are you?
I think I'm pretty much like you, only successful.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
We are at the Classic at Damien. Quarterfinal action on the Pacific Surfliner KDOC Game of the Week. It's host Damien against a very solid team from Rancho Christian. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is the professor, Mr. Paul Westfall. Well, Mr. Westfall, we have a very entertaining game. We have the host school, and we have a Rancho Christian team that is loaded this year.
Yeah, Rancho Christian's first 6 players are as good as anybody in the country. They're all D1 prospects, but this is a team that sometimes plays to the level of their competition, and they suffer every once in a while from lapses in concentration that keeps teams in the ballgame. But when focused, Rancho Christian is as good as anybody in the southern section, including the likes of Sierra Canyon and Mater Dei.
Damien's a basketball team that can really shoot the three. They got 3 or 4 players who can really stretch defenses.
Yeah, and that's the key for them tonight is they have as good a perimeter shooters as any team in California, and playing on their home floor, their shooting should be as good as it's going to be, but they're very much undersized, and so it'll be an interesting battle to see whether they can combat the size differential with the ability to make a dozen, maybe 15 threes.
Well, that size difference is Evan Mobley, the 7-footer, who is so gifted at Rancho Christian.
A special player, probably the best player in the country, gifted athletically, but also gifted with an amazing Mensa-like basketball IQ. A 7-footer with a 40-inch vertical leap. He can block shots, he can rebound, he can score, and he can pass. Evan Mobley is the real deal.
The hottest player in the tournament might be Malik Thomas. He scored 76 points in his last 2 games.
Yeah, he's their best all-around player and the type of guy who should relish the chance to play against this type of competition. Thomas is a guy who can play through contact. He can make the three. He can also pass the ball. This is a very unselfish team. Damien will be fun to watch.
It's Damien, the host school, against Rancho Christian, who will move on to the semifinals of the Classic at Damien. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the tip right after this on the Game of the Week from KDOC.